Hello again, and welcome back to Kids Bible Stories. In this week's iTunes review, I want to give a very special thank you to Demi W., Aldrin Chevery, and their kids Joshua, Isaac, Sarah, and Dana. I also would like to give a great big thank you to those of you who have donated recently. Sarah and her children, Benaiah and Bo, Sandy and Hope, Rachel and Terrence. Thank you so very much for all of your generosity. If you have enjoyed this podcast, would you please consider donating to this ministry? I have dreams of continuing the episodes every month and offering even more content for the kids. But in order to do so, I need your help. I want to keep all episodes free so everyone has access to them. I am limited in time and resources, but with your help, together, we can play a part in spreading the gospel to children. Please consider giving a $1 donation today. Click the link in the episode notes or go to kbspodcast.com. Thank you again. Today's story is called Daniel and the Lions Part 2, and this comes from Daniel chapter 6, verses 15 through 28. Now, if you missed episode 108, please go back and listen so you can hear how we got where we are in our story. We left our story in suspense, with Daniel continuing to pray only to God, not King Darius, which is what the new rule said to do. Will Daniel be thrown into the lion's den for disobeying King Darius? Or will the king realize his law is wrong and let Daniel go? Let's begin our story here. Then those men, remember, those sneaky men who plotted this evil plan, well, they went as a group to the king. They said,
"Remember, our king, that law. It says that no law or command given by the king can be changed."
So, King Darius gave the order to throw Daniel into the lion's den. I wonder if King Darius's stomach jumped and churned with fear, feeling this was not right. Something was wrong. His heart pounding with anxiety. He liked Daniel and didn't want to do this, but since he made the law and was feeling pressured from those men, he felt he had to do this. Otherwise, what would people think? Well, they brought Daniel and threw him into the lion's den. The king said to Daniel,
"Oh, may the God you serve all the time save you."
A big stone was brought. It was put over the opening of the lion's den. There was no way Daniel could escape now. Then the king used his special ring to put his special seal on the rock. This is kind of like a stamp. And he used the rings of his royal officers to put their seals on the rock also. This showed that no one could move that rock and bring Daniel out. Then King Darius went back to his palace. He did not eat that night. He did not have any entertainment brought to entertain him. No Netflix or stories, no Lego building or dolls. And he could not sleep. The next morning, King Darius got up at dawn. He hurried to the lion's den. I'm sure his forehead began to sweat as he raced as fast as he could under the rising sun. As he came near the den, he was worried. He called out to Daniel. He said,
"Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God saved you from the lions?"
Daniel answered, "My king, live forever. My God sent his angel to close the lions' mouths. They have not hurt me, because my God, well, he knows I am innocent. I never did anything wrong to you, my king." King Darius was very happy. He probably yelled as he clapped his hands with joy. He told his servants to lift Daniel out of the lion's den. So they lifted him out and did not find any injury on him. No cuts or bruises. This was because Daniel had trusted in his God. Then King Darius wrote a letter. It was to all people and all nations, to those who spoke every language in the world. The letter said this:
I wish you great wealth. I am making new law. This law is for every people in every part of my kingdom. All of you must fear and respect the God of Daniel. Daniel's God is the living God. He lives forever. His kingdom, it will never be destroyed, and his rule will never end. God rescues and saves people. God does mighty miracles in heaven and on earth. God saved Daniel from the might of the lions.
So Daniel was successful during the time that Darius was king. Well, that's it for our story today. But before we go, let's think about what we just learned. Did Daniel trust God even when something was scary? Yes, that's right. In our last episode, King Darius made the rule that people could pray only to him, no one else. But Daniel knew this was wrong. Daniel knew there was one true God, and only he should be prayed to. He obeyed God instead, even if it meant he could be thrown into the lion's den. Did Daniel get hurt in the lion's den? No. That's incredible. Can you imagine? Giant lions with those enormous claws and teeth? How in the world did he not get hurt? Daniel said God sent an angel to protect him. This is my last question for you. Does King Darius change the law after Daniel came out from the lions? Yes, he sure does. He changes it to say, "All of you must fear and respect the God of Daniel." He teaches everyone that Daniel's God is the real God. God's power, love, and might were shown that day, and God used Daniel's event to help people learn about him, because after all, it is all about God. Thank you so much for listening today, and as always, bye for now.